Welcome back to Bike Extraction, the place where we break down machines that live at the heart of motorcycle culture. Few names carry the same weight in off-road riding as the Honda XR250R. Built to be indestructible, this bike became the ultimate trail partner for decades until production ended in 2004. Now, whispers of a 2026 revival have surfaced, and it's sending a wave of excitement across the dirt riding community. Could Honda really bring back the XR250R? And if so, what would it look like in a world that has changed so much since the original ruled the trails? Picture this: a motorcycle with the toughness of the old XR, the agility to tackle any terrain, and the benefit of modern updates like fuel injection, lighter weight, and advanced suspension. A machine that respects its roots but refuses to feel outdated. That's the dream Honda fans are clinging to when they imagine the XR250R making a comeback in 2026. The XR250R was never about being the fastest or the flashiest. Its reputation was built on reliability, simplicity, and the ability to keep going when other bikes quit. Riders praised its air-cooled RFVC single-cylinder engine, which could take abuse in the desert, woods, or mountains without overheating. For nearly 25 years, it became the go-to machine for trail explorers, endurance riders, and even amateur racers who valued its balance between usable power and bulletproof design. Bringing it back in 2026 means carrying that legacy forward, which is no small task for Honda. At the center of the revival would be its engine. While the old XR relied on a carburetor, a modern XR250R would almost certainly come with fuel injection, ensuring precise throttle control and better performance across different environments. Honda might stick with a 250 cubic centimeters air-cooled 4-stroke to honor tradition, but emissions rules could push them toward a liquid-cooled system. The challenge is clear: keep the simplicity that riders loved while meeting strict 2026 standards. A single cylinder making around 28 to 30 horsepower seems likely, enough for trails, but not overpowered for newer riders. One of the defining features of the original XR250R was its suspension travel, over 10 inches at both ends, which gave riders confidence over rocky paths, deep ruts, and fast whoops. The 2026 version would need to raise the bar. Expect a USD fork at the front, paired with a fully adjustable ProLink rear shock. This wouldn't make it a hardcore enduro racer, but it would provide a blend of comfort and control. Honda knows riders want a bike that can handle single-track trails one day and long desert stretches the next, and suspension will be the key to that versatility. The old XR250R weighed around 240 pounds dry, which was considered light for its time. In today's terms, that's on the heavier side for a 250 class off-road bike. Honda could drop weight using aluminum subframes, hollow axles, and lighter plastics, targeting a wet weight closer to 240 pounds. A slim seat and narrow frame would improve ergonomics, making it easier to control when standing on the pegs or leaning through tight turns. If Honda can keep the rugged steel backbone but cut down unnecessary bulk, the XR250R could hit the perfect balance between toughness and agility. Styling will play a huge role in how the XR250R is received. Riders don't want it to look like just another CRF clone. Expect a design that nods to the classic XR heritage with red and white color schemes, while integrating modern touches like LED lighting and a digital dash. But Honda has to be careful. Too much tech, and it risks losing the XR's appeal as a simple, honest trail bike. No traction control, no ride modes, just a dependable machine that thrives in dirt, sand, and mud. A big question is where the XR250R would fit in Honda's current lineup. The CRF250L already exists as a dual sport, and the CRF250RX caters to more serious enduro riders. The XR250R would have to carve out a unique identity, tougher and simpler than the CRF250L, but less intimidating and more affordable than the RX models. This positioning would attract riders who want a bike they can trust for years without constant maintenance, just like the old XR riders did. If it returns, the XR250R won't have the trail segment to itself. Kawasaki's KLX250 and Yamaha's WR250F are already popular choices. What Honda can leverage, however, is the XR's legendary reputation. Older riders remember the XR as unbreakable, and younger riders crave a machine that isn't overloaded with fragile electronics. Price will matter too. If Honda aims for the $6,500 to $7,000 USD range, it could undercut pricier enduro bikes while still offering modern essentials. That pricing sweet spot might be the XR's strongest weapon against its rivals. At its core, the possible 2026 XR250R is more than a motorcycle. It's a statement from Honda that they still value simple, durable, go-anywhere machines. For decades, the XR250R proved that adventure doesn't require complexity, just trust in your machine. If Honda revives it now, it won't just appeal to nostalgia. It will give a new generation of riders the chance to experience a bike that's about freedom, reliability, and confidence on any trail. And if the pricing rumors hold true, around $6,800 US, it could very well